everyone, it is now supper time. We are getting ready to cook supper. I have about 20 minutes to get it done. I think I can do it, but this is date night. Tuesday night is date night. Tonight, I usually try and splurge to get Steve some, beef for date night. So we're having steaks with mashed potatoes and gravy, skillet corn, and cottage cheese. So I've got my pan here. This has been a long time since I've used this hot plate. But I've got my pan here to start the gravy. I have a bowl here of water that I'm going to stick in the microwave, which is underneath you guys, and heat this up to do my mashed potatoes. And then we will get busy on the corn and the steak. So what I do is I make my stuff up. The microwave's warm from doing the potatoes, and then I will put lids on, put the gravy and the corn in a container, put lids on them, and stick them all in the microwave to keep them warm. This is a different microwave that I am not used to using. It is a more higher power than I'm used to using, so we'll see what happens. So, got the water in the microwave. Let's see, it says, well, I'm just going to put it in 4. Does it have yeah. Ooh, that's noisy. But I got that in for a minute. I need to get a fork. Oh yes, what do I do with them? Put them somewhere. In a container. Oh, here they are. Right here. So I got a fork. And we're supposed to whisk in the gravy mix into the water and then turn it on and cook it. The microwave's noisy. And this is just a cold water brown gravy mix. I don't have a whisk with me right now. I'll have to get one. You guys are sitting on top of the microwave. Woo. I'll check that water here in a bit. Alright, we're going to turn this on full blast, on 5. Like I said, it's been a really long time since I've used this hot plate. Hot plate? Is that what you call it? I think that's what it's called. It's going to be some good gravy. Says prep time's 10 minutes. Hope it don't take. I guess I do have another burner that I could use for my skillet. So yeah, it might take me not all that long at all. Alright, so 1 minute gave it pretty warm, so we're going to try for another minute. Should make it 2. Find my skillet. Here is my skillet. It's got chicken in it from last night. Not that big of a deal. Turn this on, get that going. I think I'm going to cook my corn first. Did I bring up a can opener? I don't think I brought up a can opener. I guess we'll turn this off. We'll put you on pause and I'll go grab a can opener. Alright, I'm back. I got my can opener. Let's check the water since it was going. I think it needs 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Turn this back on. Turn this on. So I'm going to do the corn. Let's put some butter in the skillet. I'm going to do some skillet fried corn with some canned corn. I've never done it with canned corn before, but I don't have any frozen corn, and really no room in my freezer to do much frozen stuff because I won't keep it frozen. Grab me a spoon. Got that heating. I'm going to drain my corn. I think I will stir this. This is stir occasionally. Never actually used this gravy before, so tastes pretty good. And if you see like smoke or something, like I said, this hot plate has not been used in quite a while, so it is burning gunk and stuff off the burners, but it will be fine. All right, let's check the water. Ow, yep. All right, 3 minutes. The water's hot, so I'm just gonna add my potato flakes. Believe it or not, these are cheaper at my grocery store than at the Dollar Tree. I know, shocking, right? But it was. Got my kitchen scissors out. Put these in this hot water. Mix them up. Stick a little extra butter in there. Just because I want to. Goodness. This is heating faster than I'm used to. The other hot plate that I normally use don't heat stuff this fast. Yes, I'm licking a spoon. Alright, there's that. Here's a lid for these taters. I'm going to stick this in the microwave because the microwave is warm, and that'll help keep those potatoes warm as well. So I got a container that I'm going to drain my corn juice into because I do not want the juice in the pan. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Note to me, I need to get some parsley, because really this corn needs parsley. Now I got a can to put my juice in. We like skillet corn. Sometimes I use bacon grease, the skillet, cook skillet corn with. Sometimes I cook it after I cook the steak. So this is a pretty typical date night meal. So this is the first time we've done it in this kitchen. Drain my corn. Put those in there. Throw these away. And I will drain this later because I don't need it right now. Normally with skillet corn I do salt, pepper, and parsley and some little onion powder, maybe some garlic salt, but right now all I have with me is salt and pepper. I need to stock my spices back up or bring them to my kitchen. What does this say? Bring to a boil, stirring occasionally. Okay, well, I'm stirring them occasionally. And it's sticking to the bottom a wee bit. And this one, it's all the way up. In the meantime, I'm going to, these are the two steaks that I got. As you can see, they costed me $7.46, which that's not too bad. But I'm going to, I just salt and pepper my steaks. Nothing fancy schmancy. Looks like this needs stirred occasionally again. Little chunky things on the bottom. So like I said, just salt and pepper on both sides. On my steaks, Steve says these are the best way to do it. Nothing fancy here. Salt and some pepper. And I will cut a piece off of one of these steaks for myself, but he will get most of it. He is the meat eater. I am the vegetable eater. Do that. Salt and pepper on the top. The bottom, I guess this is the bottom side. It is a little frosty on the bottom where it was sitting up there on that shelf that's supposed to be the freezer. That doesn't really do much. Alright, these are ready for the skillet. My corn is done. Really, all you're doing is just heating this in the skillet for the most part. Sometimes all the liquid cooks off and it's, you know, I kind of brown it in the skillet, but I'm mainly just going for heating it. I think I also need to get some lids for my pan. I think I'll stick my gravy in here. It is a boiling. Reduce heat and simmer uncooked for 1 minute. Or simmer what? Uncovered. Okay, well, we'll just turn the heat off. Honestly, I'm not gonna let it sit. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it in here. Scrape the bottom of the pan, get all the yummy goods off. Have to set that off. Here is my container of gravy. You grab a lid for that. Oops. And I will stick this in the microwave with the potatoes so they can keep each other warm. Guess I'll set this over here on the paper. I need to bring some hot pads up here. Oh, goodness. Should be on 0. Where's my spoon? There's my spoon. It's pretty good. Like I said, normally I used canned corn, not canned corn, frozen corn, which tastes way different than canned corn. Maybe Steve won't notice. But I don't have any frozen corn. A little bit of salt and pepper. So I wish I had the garlic salt and the onion powder, but I do not. But this should still be good. Oh yeah, it's really good. And it is almost done cooking. Steve should be home in about 5 minutes. put a lid on my corn. I'm gonna stick it in the microwave to keep it warm. So I got the potatoes, the gravy, and the corn all in the microwave, staying warm. Now it's time to cook the steaks. I'm gonna put just a wee bit of butter down. To cook them steaks in. I don't always put butter in here, but I just feel like putting butter in here tonight. Ooh, those just barely fit. All right, now we wait for those to cook. Steve likes his steaks, in my opinion, undercooked, but that's the way he likes them, and that's how I try to cook them for him. So we will do our best to cook his steaks slightly undercooked. I don't think my skillet was hot enough. But I don't like, I believe it or not, I actually cracked one of my cast iron skillets because I put a cold skillet on a hot burner. I didn't know that would happen, honestly. I did not know that would happen. So I'm going to grab this. And we need the cottage cheese. I'm just going to use a big spoon. We can use the big spoon to scoop out the potatoes. It's not that big a deal. We don't mind the cross-contamination, if you know what I mean. Alright, that's ready. Need some towels up here too. I think I'm going to butter a couple slices of bread because I didn't get any rolls or anything. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But Steve likes something to clean up his plate with, if you know what I mean. He likes wiping his plate clean with bread of some sort or something like that. They say his mama taught him well. Got me a knife. And we like bread and butter. One of these days I want to get back into making homemade bread. I used to do that all the time, but I've tried making bread lately or recently, you know, within the last couple of years, and I can't do it. It just doesn't work. Alright, there's our bread and butter. Those look cooked enough for him. So I wish my skillet, probably because I put the butter in there, because this didn't get very good sear on it, but he should be happy. So let those finish cooking, and then it'll be time to make a plate. All right, Steve steaks are done. I've got a little bit more cooking for myself, but this is what he calls done. Yeah, it's warm in the middle, so he says that's safe. But yeah, whatever. I don't think so. I like mine cooked all the way through. But his steaks are ready to go. I'm just waiting on him, and I'm finishing cooking my piece. Gravy did not get thick. Nope. Maybe I really should have let it sit for like a minute. I figured if I just took it and, put a lid on, it would thicken up in the microwave. With the lid on it. But it is like runny as all get out. Well, maybe it's supposed to be runny like that. I didn't make it from scratch. I bought a mix. That could be part of it.